Well, someone who's probably going to need a lot of those motivational threads is James Harden, who goes scoreless over the last 27 minutes of the Sixers elimination game last night. Fact or fiction, Jenks? James Harden will still get that max contract.
Fiction. I don't think he does. If someone hands James Harden a max contract, then they are flat out morons. I don't know what we need to see from James Harden to make us realize that he is never going to be the James Harden that we saw in Houston, the James Harden that put up points at an astronomical rate, that hit those step back threes that couldn't be stopped. He's just not that same player. Now, he's a valuable player, but Joel Embiid called him out last night. Joel Embiid has played with James Harden for what? Half a season, less than half a season. And he sees James Harden every day and he's saying, yeah, he's not the same guy. He's not. His fellow NBA players see it. He was awful in this series. The Sixers brought him in to form this dynamic duo with Joel Embiid, and James Harden wasn't aggressive. He wasn't effective. There is no way he deserves a max contract. And if any NBA GM ponies up the money and pays him, that GM should be fired. It is a terrible idea. Fiction.
This is absolutely fiction. Do not give James Harden a max deal. He's not even the number 2, the number 3, or some days, the number 4. It's Tobias Harris. It's Tyrese Maxey. And plus, you can make the argument that even if James Harden isn't shooting well, maybe he's dishing out 14 assists a night. And he does do that in the regular season, but look at him in the postseason. The guys you give the Supermax deals to are the guys who need to lift your team to some postseason wins. And it hasn't been the case for James Harden. Look at what Joel Embiid said after the game. James Harden is not the guy that we saw in Houston, and we've got to be okay with that. Yeah, he's a great facilitator sometimes, but still giving a Supermax deal to this guy? Are you kidding me? No, especially in a city where, do you know, Philadelphia fans? Do you know the riot that they're going to cause if this is the guy they're giving all their money to? No, there will be riots in the streets. Well, there'll probably be riots in the streets regardless, but still, I don't think this fan base would really appreciate that. So no, James Harden will not be getting that max deal.